Okay, hi everybody, welcome to our first weekly video. So to get the most out of this video, you should be following along with our Notes of the Day Google Doc, and I went ahead and sent the link in the email I sent, and also it always lives in our Module 1 on the English 1A Canvas. So go ahead and scroll down to page 19. So the agenda for this video is to go over reminders for the homework that's due on Monday and to go over how to study for the quiz that's scheduled for next Wednesday. So let's start with the homework reminders. So just as a general reminder, all of the homework that we're doing is always going to be in English 99X on Canvas. And so let's go over the three things that are going to be due on Monday at 12:30. So the first thing is the first online grammar activity. So all three grammar activities that you chose are in Module 2. So you could go ahead and work ahead, especially if you have the trial access, you may want to work ahead of the deadlines. But the first one that is due is the run-ons activity, and most of you have completed this, but if you haven't, make sure that you go ahead and finish it. And you do want to make sure you keep retrying the questions until you get to 100%. And then the other two are hard copy activities or homework that you got before everything got put on hold. So I went ahead and attached electronic copies to the email I sent you. So you have two different choices. You can either complete it as an electronic copy and put it in the Dropbox on English 99X, or you can just go ahead and take a picture and email me a picture of the work you've done. And I will show you 99X where everything is. But just to go over what the other two assignments are, the second one is the chart you got. So if you flip to the back, it's the part 2 of the key ideas chart for that big reading. And all you have to do is either, again, figure out a way to put it in the Dropbox or email me a picture. And then the third thing is the essential vocab note sheet. So by next Monday, you will have finished it for all the readings, and you can put it in the Dropbox or email me a picture of each page. Okay, so let's go over to 99X and I'll just show you where everything is for the homework. So if we click on 99X, everything right now is in Module 2. So here we are for week 7. All of the grammar activities, the online grammar activities, will say in-class grammar, inquisitive for writers. The first one says run-ons. So go ahead and make sure that you've completed that one. The due date is now March 16th. The second thing for week 7 is that key ideas chart. So it says, if money doesn't make you happy, then you probably aren't spending it right. Part 2. So that's the title of the big reading. If you click on it, it says complete the key ideas chart for part 2. So on your screen, it should say submit assignment. So again, you can either submit it to the Dropbox here or just email it to me, just that back side, part 2 of the chart. And if we go back to Module 2, the other thing is week 8. Turn in your completed vocab note sheet, and that's also due on March 16th. So it says turn in your completed note sheet after you've done all 3 readings. And again, this is a Dropbox, so you can either put it in the Dropbox here or just email it to me. Okay, so you can always refer back to this Google Doc, this Notes of the Day document, and then remind yourself these are the 3 things that are due on Monday. Okay, so let's go down to the next part, which is how to prepare for the quiz. So just as a reminder, all the quizzes, all the essays, all the big things for the class are always going to be in the English 1A canvas. So our next quiz is on Wednesday, March 18th. I will open the quiz at 12:30, our regular start time, and I'm going to close it at 4 o'clock, so that way everybody gets an extra hour. So similar to the last quiz, it'll be 3 open-ended questions, so it won't be as many as last time, but it'll be the same kind of format, where you should write about a half a page, double-spaced, and as a big reminder, you should have a quote included in one of your responses as support. So I would make it pretty similar to a pie paragraph. And especially if I gave you the suggestion last time, you need a quote, and you got some points off because you didn't have a quote, remind yourself this time to look for a quote that helps support your ideas. And just like last time, you could use all your readings, and I will show you how to access those readings in the 1A side, and you can use all your homework and all your notes. So here are some big concepts that you should be practicing, and then I'm also going to show you some specific study questions. So these are the concepts that we would have gone over in class, but you can just go back to your notes and make sure that you understand these concepts. So the differences between the pursuit of happiness and purpose, the different types of spending and how they relate to happiness. So the concept of conspicuous consumption versus calculated consumption, and how personal spending and pro-social spending are different, and how all of these relate to happiness. So I would make sure you understand all of these key terms. So more specifically, I've included some sample questions that we would have practiced in class. So I would practice all of these, maybe brainstorm, put some bullet points, maybe find a quote for all of these that I'm going to show you in a second. Then I will pick 3 of these questions for the quiz. So I have 5 questions over here. There's one about the difference between a happy life and a meaningful life, so go ahead and make sure you understand that question. One about the different kinds of consumption. One about does money buy happiness, as related to the bigger reading. One about personal spending and pro-social spending, and one about the bigger reading as it relates to the TED Talk. So these questions pretty much cover all the big ideas for the unit, and if you study these questions and prepare that way, you should be in good shape. So let's just go back over to 1A, and I'll show you where the readings are. So again, if you go to modules, we're in module 2 right now. And if you go down to week 6, it says week 6 reading, but will it make you happy? That's one of the readings. The next one, week 6 reading, there's more to life than being happy. That's the next reading. And then if you go down to week 7 reading, if money doesn't make you happy, you probably aren't spending it right. That's the big reading. So 1, 2, 3. These are the readings you need to have access to. And then there's nothing in here right now, but week 8 in class quiz, this is where the quiz will show up on the 1A side. Okay, so I'm going to sign off here. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, just make sure that you have access to our Notes of the Day Google Doc, because there's a lot of good information in there. And I'll see you guys online soon.